Hey, I'm Rob Green, and welcome to the first installment of the Young Creative Songwriting Sessions. When I was 13, I knew I wanted to write music, but I didn't play an instrument or know anyone else who wrote songs. I started by writing poems, which I turned into songs a few years later by teaching myself the guitar off the internet. In 2012, I won the Young Creative Award in Music, and since then, I've recorded 2 live EPs, 3 studio EPs, and the latest one went to number 3 in the iTunes R&B chart. I've played Glastonbury, BBC Proms, and I've toured supporting Whitney Houston Hologram Tour, Eric Bibb, and Earth, Wind & Fire's European arena tours. I know firsthand that anyone who's passionate can be a songwriter, but it can still be a bit difficult to know where to start. These videos are designed to get you started writing lyrics and challenging yourself as a songwriter. They're applicable to all ability levels, and you don't have to be able to play an instrument to get involved. Every video will have musical examples for you to check out for inspiration, and I'll also give you some simple acoustic instrumentals to work with, so you can focus your writing on the lyrics and the melodies, and not so much the production side of the sound, which can come later. So, for this first task, you are going to be writing a verse that gives a piece of advice. Think back to a time when you were less wise than you are now. Maybe it was a few years ago, maybe it was last week or yesterday. What lesson or lessons have you learned since then? If you could teach or share one lesson or piece of advice with yourself, what would it have been? Having a clear idea in our mind of who we're writing to dictates the tone that we're going to be writing in, and after all, the way I'd speak to my younger self is probably different to the way I'd speak to my friends or a sibling. First, have a think and write down who you are writing to. How old were you? What was going on around you? How did you behave? What were your worries and concerns? What was about to happen to you that you weren't expecting at the time? Are you writing to comfort your younger self, to warn them, to encourage them? Have fun with it. But the main thing is that you write your lyrics with a clear idea of who you were at that age and that time. I'm going to give you the music that we're going to be playing with, and in order to do that, I have to set up my guitar, so just give me one sec. For this task, the chords we're going to play with are D minor, A minor, E7, and A7. If you're a guitarist and you want to play along with this, I've got my capo on the 5th fret, and I'm playing the basic fingerings for A minor, E minor, B7, and E7. A popular way to start writing is by melodizing, improvising melodies. This is a good way, especially if you're a singer, to get ideas flowing and thinking about how you can put lyrics to the melodies you like. One way you can do this is without lyrics, just ad-libbing melodies like ya da da da, da 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 ya. Then, if you're feeling a bit more confident, the other way is still melodizing and making things up melodically but adding lyrics. That power is, that power is, that power is, that power's in my blood, that power's in my mind, that power's in my life, that power's everywhere I go. I don't know. And then the other way is if you're a rapper or a spoken word artist, you might not want to melodize exactly, but you might want to find rhythmic patterns that you want to use to write your lyrics. So you might just go you know. My advice is use some kind of voice recorder. It can be the one that's built into your phone. There's plenty of free ones you can download off the App Store if you don't have one preset. And just record yourself. It means you can listen back to what you've recorded and write lyrics that fit the melodies that you like. If we're gonna get into lyrics, then we should probably talk about rhyme schemes. Rhyme schemes are the rules that our song follows to rhyme with itself. Take any song and chances are there'll be at least one, often multiple rhyme schemes being used to create the different verses and sections of the song. Let's take the lyrics of Someone You Loved by Lewis Capaldi. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to see me through it all. I let my guard down and you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. To figure out the rhyme scheme, we use a code. Each line is given a letter of the alphabet, and the line that it's designed to rhyme with is given the same letter. So in this case, the first line and the second line are designed to rhyme together, so we label them both with an A. Lines 3 and 4 rhyme together too, so we assign them both a B. This rhyme scheme would be labelled AABB. AABB and its slightly more difficult sister ABAB rhyme schemes are perfect rhymes. Every line has a line to rhyme with it. It's good for creating a strong sense of poetry, and it makes them easy to remember when you hear them, which is why they're often used in nursery rhymes like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. There's quadruple A rhyme schemes where all the lines are designed to rhyme with each other, and this is good for creating a sense of build-up or escalation in the lyric. There's ABCB, where every second and fourth line rhyme but the first and third don't. There's ABBA, there's ABB, there's AAB, there's loads. Have a listen to some of the songs that you really love. Pay attention to what kind of rhyme schemes they're using, what effect do they have. Choruses, for example, are generally written to be the most memorable part of a song, so they often use simpler rhyme schemes like AABB and even repetition of lyrics so that the song's message really sinks into the mind of the listener. A word of warning, it's easy to get stuck in your own head about rhyming. Some people like to know their rhyme scheme before they write. Some people like to just write out all their ideas and then make them rhyme. Some prefer to start with melody first and then write to that. Have a play around and find out which way works best for you. The important thing is not to filter yourself too much in the beginning or worry about whether the rhyme is good or not. The first time around, it doesn't matter if your idea sounds cheesy or cliche to begin with. Just get it down. You can always go back later and fix it or chop out that rhyme if it makes you cringe. So now you're ready to write. For additional inspiration in this task, or if you get stuck, I've picked 3 songs that you can check out that have played with this same task of giving advice in different ways. The first song is Slow Down by singer-songwriter India Ari. India is speaking in the present tense and looking back. She uses the verses to set the scene, explaining how she used to think and feel, and then she uses the chorus lyrics as a mantra, a repeated reminder of the advice she needed that helped her change for the better. The second track is called Conversations with My 13-Year-Old Self by rock pop artist Pink, and throughout this song, she's speaking as if her 13-year-old self is sat right in front of her. This is called direct address, and it might be an option to consider when you're writing your own lyrics. The final track is a piece of spoken word called Wear Sunscreen by the director-musician Baz Luhrmann. These lyrics started off as a fake commencement speech written for a newspaper article, which Baz later adapted with music and recorded. It's a good example of music made with the lyrics first, and it's packed full of advice. There's essentially a new piece of advice on every line, which can be a good way to build a sense of pace within the writing and keep things moving. To finish with, I'm going to play you the verse that I wrote for the chord progression. It's written to my 13-year-old self, and I've also got a chorus for it. Be free, welcome the good and the bad rhymes, and just have fun with this one. Happy writing, and see you for the next session. It's written in the wind, the corners of your grin. The destiny's the entity that pulls you straight back in. And every time you're down, you feel a little frown fall upon your brow, 'cause you can't work it out. You try to grow and once again it's fighting with your elements. I don't think your estrogen can take it in. At night you lie awake deterred from things you feel you don't deserve. To have the life that you'd prefer takes one word: power. The power's in you. Don't let them say it's not true. Don't let them tear it away or try to fade the power's in you, and you should know that it's true. No one can tear it away. No way, no way, no way.